Hey everybody, I am very excited for some PE. I hope you are too, so let's get ready. Hey everyone, today's lesson is just recapping juggling with 2 bags. So we went over that lesson. Today we're just going to go back over it and recap it so that we can really juggle with those, ready for juggling with 3 bags next time. So like I said, today we're just practicing juggling with 2 bags. Now remember, in the last lesson we talked about how to do it. Today's about practicing. I really want you to get the correct action for throwing and grabbing, using 2 hands and then using 1 hand, because that's going to really be helpful for when we get to 3 bags. So practice, practice, practice. Use today to practice as much as you can and then do it correctly. For this juggling lesson, we are going to be using hand-eye coordination. So you're watching an object and moving your hands in a certain way. We're going to be using both hands, which means we are practicing or working on ambidexterity, using 2 hands to do stuff at the same time. And we are going to be working on following a pattern or following the same thing over and over again. So cycling through it, following a pattern. I hope you're ready for it. It's going to be a good time. Practice that. We are getting the bags going across our body. Now what we need to do is grab them. Remember at the start we talked about that hand on top, grabbing on top. That's how we're going to grab. When we get our bags in the air, we're pulling up. So once I've let go, my hand's ready in the air, ready to grab. Remember our pattern is white, blue, white, blue. All right? So just watching. Be ready to move through along with me right now. You're just going to watch. So I'm going to go white and then blue, and then I'm going to grab white and then I'm going to grab blue. So they should finish in the opposite hand. This is what it looks like. White, blue, white, blue. So I finish in different hands and I grab it on top. Alright? So now we start on this side because I have white. So I'm going to go white, blue, white, blue. Alright? One of the really important things is that we throw in the air first. A lot of times when people do it, I see this. You're only using 1 hand to throw. Remember, you've got to use both. So once they're in the air, we keep them there so we can grab. Alright? Remember, when they're in the air, they're going to take a little bit of time to float down, so try and get them nice and high. Let me show you again. White, blue. Ready? White, blue, white, blue. And I'm grabbing on top. Do you see how my hands are up and I follow down? Let me show you on this side again. So white, blue, white, blue. I'm keeping my hands up and I'm following down to grab. Remember, our pattern is white, blue, white, blue. I always throw the white first and I'll always grab the white first because that is the pattern. White, blue, white, blue. White, blue, white, blue. If you have different colour bags beside your pattern, say it out loud to help you. Because let me tell you, once we get to 3, we keep it going. It looks really cool. Alright? Let's do it 2 more times together and then you get some practice time on your own. So remember, white, blue, white, blue. So without bags, it looks like this. Up, up, grab, grab. Alright? Like a dance move, if you will. So remember, white, blue. Ready? White, blue, white, blue. If I keep my hands up and follow, it's going to be easier to grab it. Make sure you keep your hands above to grab on top. Last time, ready? White, blue, white, blue. You are going to practice that, alright? Make sure that you are going across your body, getting both in the air before you grab. Before you start, look at your hands. So I know that I throw this first, which means that this is my grabbing hand. So I get them in the air and then I grab. We don't grab across, we grab straight out. Across for in the air, straight out for in front for grabbing. Alright, let me show you 2 more times. White, blue, white, blue. Oh, nearly got it. White, blue, white, blue. Your job is to practice that. Okay? If you make a mistake and you're not sure, pause your video, rewind it a little bit, and then follow along again and then practice. Do it as many times as you need to so that we can get this part. Okay? Remember, follow your pattern. Go across your body, low to high, grab out in front. Across your body, low to high, grab out in front. So you're going to practice that. Go. Okay, so now we're going to do a really quick recap on how to throw or get the bags in the air correctly using just one hand. Make sure you follow along and practice so that you're ready to keep them in the air. Alright, so we now practiced. I'm hoping, because you can't tell me right now, I'm hoping that you've got that and you feel comfortable doing it. If you're still not sure, if you think, I'm not quite getting it, there's a problem, rewind the video and look at it again. Alright, I'm not there to tell you in person, I'm not in your house. Well, I am on your screen, but I'm not actually physically in your house to help. So make sure when you're doing this that you're really listening and following along and watching, and that you rewind the video and go back to it if you need to. Alright? So we now have our two bags of white and blue. And we were just using two hands, right? So let's mix it up because this is pretty cool. This part is going to help when we go to three bags. Alright? We are now going to use one hand. I'm going to use this hand. I might use this hand later on. I'm going to use this hand right now. And what we're going to do is we are going to keep two bags in the air using one hand. Alright? So how do we do that? First thing we need to do, remember, is follow our pattern. Blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, and so on. Alright, follow our pattern. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to come up closer to the video. Okay? Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our hand and we're going to lay it flat. Alright? And you see how I've got my thumb out? Then I'm going to take the corner of my white bag and place it between my thumb and my palm of my hand. Alright? Then I'm going to take my blue bag and I'm just going to put it in between my pinky and my ring finger. Or I can put it in by my pinky and wrap my fingers around it. It doesn't matter which, as long as you're holding it in there. And then close your fingers over it. Alright? Then what we're going to do is just going to practice throwing it in the air. To do that, to get it in the air, I pull up low to high, and then I point my thumb and my pointer finger to let it go, like a direction. Then I come back down, I go all the way back up, open my hand to let the blue bag come in. Let me show you that again. Because this is the trickiest part. And when it comes to keeping them in the air or doing the three, if you don't get this part right, makes the rest of it really hard. So white bag between my thumb and palm. I'm going to put the blue just in the corner, in the top of my hand, I've got the word there, by my pinky, wrap my fingers over it. So remember, I go up and point, down, up, and then high five. So I go up and point, down, high five. One of the things that's going to happen is, when you pull up, you're going to do this. Alright? You've got to have your thumb up. Alright? So it's a thumb up direction. So we come up, thumb up, point your finger, come back down, open your whole hand. Let's do it 2 more times together. So, white, or your first bag is between your thumb and your palm. Blue is in the edge of your hand next to your pinky, wrap your fingers over it. Remember, first bag is thumbs up point, second bag open hand. So we're going to go white, blue. Alright? Make sure when you're doing it that you're still coming up high. So you go up, down, up. Okay? Let's do it one more time, and then you'll get to practice that, and then we'll talk about grabbing and keeping in the air. So remember, first bag between your thumb and the palm of your hand. Second bag be at the end of your pinky at the top of your hand, wrap your fingers over it. Then, what we're going to do is we go low to high, thumbs up point, back down, open hand. Alright. You are going to practice that. Make sure that you've got them in your hand correctly. Make sure that you're letting go one at a time. So come up high, low, high. Alright? Remember that first bag is thumbs up, point finger. Second bag is open hand. If you can get me in the air correctly, we are well on the way to the next step. If you get stuck, pause your video, rewind it, practice it again. So practice getting 2 bags in the air, go. You get it in the air, great. Alright, because the next step is we are going to keep them in the air. We just practiced throwing them. Now our job is to keep them in the air. Remember, we want them to come up high, so we go low to high each time. Here's the thing that's important. Once you've gone 1, down, 2, keep your hand up ready to grab. All right? When we are pulling our bags in the air, we don't want to be on top of each other. So, for this, now you're going to turn your hand. So instead of having thumb up, you're going to have your hand flat, and that gives you a space between your bags. So this is what it's going to look like. Our pattern is white, blue, white, blue. All right, so watch. It goes white, blue, grab the white, grab the blue, grab the white, grab the blue, grab the white, grab the blue. Yeah? All right. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I don't know about doing that, Coach. Oh, that was really hard. Or some of you go, nah, that looks easy. And then we might do it and it feels harder. That's okay. That's why we practice. So, how do we do it? Remember, we just practiced throwing, right? You're with me, we got that, yeah? So this time, we pull up, down, up. We leave our hand down, we grab the white and pull back up. Then we grab the blue and pull back up. Then we grab the white, grab the blue. And if you watch what my hand's doing is it's going up, and then it goes to side pull up. Side pull up. So I move my hand side to side when I pull up, and then come back for the next one. Because look, you've got that gap between your bags, all right? So your job is to see if you can keep it going. So let's try and do it together. Let's get them in the end, try and grab and pull up. Remember, white, blue, ready, go. White, blue, grab, pull up, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue. You see how the bags float a little bit, gives you a little bit more time to grab it. Now, I finished with both of them in my hand. That's not what we should be doing. Oh, Coach, oh, I did it wrong. Oh, no. So what we want to do is keep them in the air. If we can't keep them in the air anymore, then we let them fall to the ground. Why? Because if we keep holding on to them, we'll never let go of them again. All right? So if you've made a mistake, if you got it wrong, they should be on the ground. We don't ever want them to be in our hand. Sometimes, when we do, I see people do this. And they're holding on to both bags. It's not what we want to do. Remember, we get them in the air one at a time, and then we grab and pull up, grab and pull up, grab and pull up, grab and pull up. See, I made a mistake, I let them fall to the ground so I can start again. All right? Your job is to now practice keeping 2 bags in the air using one hand. Your job is to practice keeping 2 bags in the air using one hand. So, grab and pull up, grab and pull up, grab and pull up, grab and pull up, blue, white, and so on. All right? If you've got that and you're like, oh, I got this really well, switch hands. Yeah? So if you're like, I can do that really well, great. Now go to the other hand and do it. So do it. If you've done it, switch to the other hand. If you're like, oh, Coach, oh, I can do it in both hands, great. So now what you're going to do is switch hands when you're doing it. So I'm using one hand, then I'm going to switch, and then I'm going to switch. So now we're starting to get a little bit more difficult, and that's going to help for the next step. Here's what you're going to do right now. Step number 1, practice keeping them in the air. All right, grab and pull up, 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 grab and pull up. That's your job, keep them in the air. All right, ready, go. Alrighty, so today we were using hand-eye coordination to juggle with 2 bags. We used 2 hands and we threw it across our body and then we grabbed with the opposite hand. Then we worked on 2 bags in one hand and keep them in the air, and then we tried to do it with the other hand. Hand-eye coordination is watching with your eyes and then moving your hands to make it work. That's the hand-eye coordination part. Some of you might have gone, I got this, it was good, great. Some of you might have gone, well, it's a little bit difficult, we're still not sure. Some of you may think, that was really hard. It's not a problem, the more we practice, the easier it gets. Here's what I'm telling you right now. If any of this part you found difficult, go back and practice again. Because when we start using 3 bags, it's going to get a little bit more tricky. So if any of this was difficult, go back, practice it again until you've got it. The more you practice, the easier it can be. Alright? Remember, make sure you're getting them in the air and you're grabbing on top. We did a really nice job today. What I need you to do is submit your video of you doing this. We have been using Flipgrid. I know that some people had some issues with devices using that. So, for this time, you can do a, just a media upload. If you want to post a photo, you can. I prefer a video because I can see that you're doing it correctly. Make sure that you send me the video of you doing any part of the juggling. It doesn't matter if it is across your body or 2 hands. I want to see that you're doing it correctly. So, once the video's over, make sure you go to the tab at the bottom, click media, and then press record and show me your video of you working. And then next time, in our next recording lesson, we're going to go to 3 scarves. In our next live, if we want to go over this again, or we can do something else, we'll see what happens. I'll see you all soon. You're awesome. I miss you. Have a great day. Bye, guys.
So today, when we were practicing juggling with 2 bags, we were working on hand-eye coordination, watching the bags and moving our hands in a pattern, developing our ambidexterity, which means using both hands to do different tasks or the same task at the same time, and also following a pattern. Our pattern is always going to be the same, and that's what makes it a pattern. So make sure you keep practicing. If you need to rewind the video and go back and practice, feel free to do that. Okay, now all you need to do is answer 3 questions. Type your answers, record yourself saying it, or record a video. Question 1, what was the hardest thing? Question 2, what was the easiest thing? And question 3, what do you need to do to get better? Make sure you put your answers in the text box, or make a video of you saying the answers, or record your voice. I can't wait to hear your answers. Great job, everybody. I think you're awesome.